What's up, my good people? Yes, it's me again, Dean, and welcome to my channel. That's if you're here for the first time. But if not, then welcome back. Alright, also I want to remind you to hit that like button, hit subscribe, and the notification bell. Also, drop a comment below and keep the conversation going. So let's get down in today's video. Man, oh man. So these TikTokers are just gonna sit there and make up these BS racist situations just so they can have some content to post. So this green hair woman fabricated an entire scenario in her mind, making it out to be a real thing, when we all know there's a very good chance that none of it whatsoever is real. None of it even happened in real life. But of course, she even made it out to where the black people are the victims and the white people are the culprits. I don't even know how to say this, but there's a reason these blue-headed, race-baiting devils just keep making up crap like this, because they know there is a market for victimhood. Yes, there's a market for victimhood on social media. You can just fabricate an entire story as long as the culprit is white and the victims are minorities. You will get the views and the likes and the clicks that you need.
Know that every person of color has been on the receiving end of this, so my video is actually more for white people. Actually, this is a serious question and I would like a serious answer in my comment section or a stitch. Are y'all aware that y'all often take up space with disregard for the people of color around you? If there's any confusion, I can give you guys an example. I'm from New York City. Sometimes a sidewalk is narrow to the point where there's only enough room for two modes of traffic, one going and one coming. But that has never stopped white people from walking side by side and holding hands and expecting you to either stand and wait for them to pass or walk in the street if you need to keep going. Are you guys aware that this is something that you do, or is it something that happens by accident? Because people of color are taught to be aware of how much space they're taking up at all times. So watching you guys take up space without even thinking about it is mind-blowing to a lot of us. All of you. The question was, are you aware that you take up space with disregard to the POC around you? The walking in NYC was simply an example. Y'all are so caught up on the example. That was not the question. White women are actually one of the worst freaking culprits, and y'all are up and down in the comments swearing that it's white men. Y'all disregard the fuck out of us in public spaces, and y'all disregard our personal space on countless occasions. As a black woman, the most encounters that I've had with white people disregarding my space have been with white women, not white. And y'all are in the comments in droves, deflecting, swearing that it's white men. Y'all are just as bad as white men. Y'all swear that somehow y'all are different because y'all are women, but when it comes to white supremacy, y'all are the same.
You can't just make a freaking video about white people taking up too much road space or sidewalk space and refuse to move out the way when they see people of color coming. As if that's a white thing. That's not a white thing. That's a people thing. Everybody does that. People of all races do that. White people don't just up each day and do something like that. She talks about people of color being taught to move out the way for other people when they're coming, as if that's something that white people teach their children. Hey, Tommy. Hey, Becky. When you see these people of color coming, you just stand in the way and let them walk around you. We are to believe that the entire white population just have these weekly meetings deciding how much road space they should take up whenever they see people of color coming. She said the main culprits are white women. So that would mean that this girl went out every day, counted the number of white people who takes up road space, and then counts the number of people of color who takes up road space, then compare both numbers side by side, concluding that based on these findings, white people take up more road space than people of color. And that's the reason why she's making this video. Why would she make such a blanket statement like this? It's not a white thing. So I'm going to tell you a little story. About 6 months ago, I live in Philadelphia, by the way. And about 6 months ago, there's a particular 7-Eleven that is close to my job that I would go to buy food sometimes. So I was trying to get into 7-Eleven. I was already mad about something at work. So I was trying to get into 7-Eleven. And there was this woman standing in the doorway, directly in the doorway with her baby stroller. And she was like trying to get some bag that was like below the stroller, under the bottom or whatever. And so I was standing there for like a good 45 seconds waiting for her to move. I was trying to be courteous to the woman. So when I saw her not moving, I was like, ma'am, I'm trying to pass. Then the woman looked up at me and cussed at me for no reason, all because I told her that I needed to pass. The woman cussed at me. So I hissed my teeth. I just walked in. I got what I was getting. The woman stood outside and waited for me. When I came out, she started cussing at me again. So I dropped the F-bomb and I told her to go F herself. And the woman started threatening me right off the bat, saying that she's about to call her boyfriend and start calling me a tough guy, Tony, and what have you. Remind you, at this point, I was like relatively calm. But then when she started threatening me, yo, I'm Jamaican. And when we're mad, our Jamaican accent is on full force. At this point, I started to get really loud into my Jamaican accent. And she realized that I was not the one to be messed with. I wasn't going to hit her or anything, but I'm just like, I'm not going to let you like talk to me like that the way you're talking to me right now. So I started talking back to her and I started giving the same energy she was giving. Then I don't know, she started retreating at some point, and then she took out her phone. She's going to call the cops on me. I heard her on the phone calling the cops, and I could hear her shouting, "Oh my God, he has a gun. He's trying to attack me," and all these sort of things. So I was just walking back to work. Then within like minutes, within like about a minute and a half, a cop car pulled up beside me and said the woman down the street, because apparently she told him what I was wearing, because this is how I always dress. Hat, polo shirt, and a jeans. So I was like easily identified. So they pulled up beside me and the cops came over to me and they were like, this lady said you were trying to attack her and whatnot. So I explained to the cop exactly what had happened. The woman told them that I had a weapon. And so they asked me, do you have a weapon? I said, nope. Can I search you? Yep, sure. Go ahead. Right. Whatever. I don't care. They searched me, found no weapon. I told them what happened. And she was there cussing and carrying on. And I thought she was going to call her boyfriend to shoot me. What happened to that? But because I was the same energy that she was giving, I was giving the same energy back. And that kind of pulled her back a bit. Mind you, this woman was not white. This woman was black. And she was taking up the space that I needed to go to get inside the store. And because I asked her to move, she got upset and was threatening me. A couple of days ago, I was being dropped off at work. And while we were going up the street, there was this car who had double parked, because if you on Broad Street in Philadelphia, the street is not that wide. So when you double park, there's only room for one more lane of traffic to go up Broad Street. So he double parked, he got out of his car, and he was just like walking and talking on his phone. Mind you, the light was on green. He was walking and talking on his phone. Like he didn't even care. He wasn't even walking briskly to get out of the way. So I leaned over to the driver and I honked the horn. And then I honked the horn, and I guess that pissed him off. So he spit onto the car on my side, like, and spit. So I felt some type of way about it. I wind the window down and I said, why the F you spit it? You spit on the car for? And then he was like walking towards the car, ready to fight. So of course I got into defense mode immediately. My accent again kicked in full force, and I went down in it, and I reciprocated the same energy that he was projecting onto me. And he realized that, look, if you come near this car, you will be on the floor. And then he started retreating. Nah, bro, I didn't even try to spin on the car. Whatever. I said, yo, look, don't play with me. Don't play with me. And then he started retreating and backing off. And then we drove off and went to work. And mind you, this guy was not white. He was black. But he was taking up the road space because he was double parked. And then he was in the street thinking that the traffic should wait for him to cross when we had the light. And he was like already double parked. So this is not a white thing. It's not a black thing. I'm sure everybody does it at some point. Even this girl who is making this video right now. At some point, she decided that, look, I'm not going to get out of the street for these people. They need to walk around me if they must, but I'm not getting out of the street. But here we are. Here we are. I swear to God, sometimes these people with these neon hair color, the blue, purple, the red, all of that, when when they put this dye into their hair, the dye just seeps down into their skull, into their scalp, and go inside their brain and fry their brain to mush. That's the only explanation I can have to why these people think to this level of stupidity. Because this is all nonsense, and she's just like making this a racial thing for no reason, because that's how they get their clicks and their likes. But you know what? I'm not doing this for clicks and I'm not doing this for likes. I don't care. This is just how I genuinely feel. I'm going to be living in this country for a long while. A long time. Probably until I die. And then if I'm going to have to deal with people like her for the entire time I'm here, I'm going to always be making videos like this, because I'm going to call them out on their BS. And they can come for me all they want. I don't care. Whatever energy they approach me with, they're going to get the same energy back tenfolds. But that's just me. But anyway, I'm not going to ramble on anymore. Just go on ahead and like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I got more videos I would like to share with you. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.